BBL dey smell oh, e dey drip oh. The villagers of Zoru village said as Naya's BBL busted on her wedding day. That was the moment the entire village of Zoru went silent. But before we get there, you need to understand how Zoru worked. In the small village of Zoru, beauty followed only one rule. And that rule was thickness. Curves were not just admired. They were demanded. From childhood, every girl was taught that her body would decide her future long before her character ever could. In Zoru, a woman's figure was her pride, her dignity, and her social value. The women of Zoru were famous for their beauty. Smooth faces, wide hips, full chests, soft, heavy bodies shaped like perfection. Their curves were treated like achievements, something earned, something guarded at all cost. To be thick was to be respected. To be slim was to be pitied. Losing weight was not celebrated. It was feared. A woman who became slim was whispered about. She was seen as immature, incomplete, and unready for marriage. Suitors only approached women with heavy curves and visible softness. The fuller the body, the higher the value. Marriage in Zoru was not about love. It was a marketplace. Men gathered with gifts, money, food, livestock, begging to be chosen. A single thick woman could have 5, sometimes 10, suitors competing at once. The highest bidder won. And when a woman finally chose, the rest quietly accepted defeat and moved on. Childbirth made men happier than the child itself. They believed childbirth made women even thicker, and a heavier wife meant greater pride. Men loved warmth, softness, and fullness. There was a popular saying in Zoru. Real men eat meat, not bones. By meat, they meant thick women. By bones, they meant slim women. And bones were never chosen. The slim women lived on the edges of society. They were admired from afar, but never committed to. They had crushes, but no husbands. Every hopeful feeling ended the same way, rejection. They tried everything. Traditional herbs. Heavy meals. Special mixtures. Some gained weight briefly. Others never changed at all. Some bodies simply refused to become what society demanded. While thick women enjoyed privilege, slim women worked harder. They fetched water themselves. Paid their own bills. Carried their own burdens. Opportunities were limited before life even began. Over time, the divide grew. Thick women formed elite circles filled with luxury and ease. Slim women formed support groups, where encouragement tried to replace opportunity. One of those women was named Naya. Naya was the leader of the slim women's group known as the Willow Circle. She was confident, outspoken, and encouraging. She reminded the women that in other parts of the world, slim bodies were celebrated. That models were slim. That people paid to look like them. She said Zoru was backward. Narrow-minded. Outdated. Her words comforted others. But behind that strength lived deep pain. Naya had plans. By 25, she believed she would be married. Stable. Happy. Instead, time passed, and nothing changed. No medicine worked. No food helped. As a child, she had been chubby and adored. Growing older took that body away. Friends who once admired her now ignored her. Some mocked her quietly. Others called her faded glory. Naya learned how to smile in public and cry in private. One morning, her childhood friend Leo returned to Zoru. He was studying chemistry in the city. He noticed what others ignored, the exhaustion in Naya's eyes. When she finally broke down, fear spilled out. Fear of growing old alone. Fear of being invisible forever. And that was when Leo suggested something radical. A shortcut. A transformation. Without time to think, Naya agreed. Land was sold. Secrets were kept. And she followed Leo to the city, where an inexperienced surgeon performed the procedure. When she saw her reflection, she was thrilled. Weeks later, Naya returned to Zoro transformed. Her waist was flat. Her hips were dramatic. Her body finally matched the village's definition of perfection. The reaction was instant. Men who once ignored her now followed her. Gifts poured in. Even married men begged to make her a second wife. The privilege she once watched from afar was now handed to her freely. For the first time, she felt chosen. But her transformation came at a cost. Her old friends felt betrayed. The meeting stopped. The bond broke. Naya crossed into a new class, defined by appearance, not history. She chose the wealthiest suitor, Dami, and preparations for a grand wedding began. The wedding day arrived. The village gathered in excitement. During the traditional dance, Naya moved proudly. Dami touched her waist happily. Then, something dripped. At first, no one noticed. Then the smell hit. It was unbearable. Panic spread. Guests screamed. Realization struck too late. The illusion failed. Liquid poured out. The odor filled the air. The body that once attracted admiration now repelled it. Dami stepped back. "I'm sorry," he said. "I can't do this." And he walked away. Naya became a joke. The same people who once worshipped her now mocked her openly. Even after reversing the procedure, the memory remained. Only the slim women welcomed her back. The village never forgot. And even years later, whispers followed her. "That's the woman with the false body." So remember this. Never reduce your worth to someone else's standard. Validation built on appearance is fragile. What borrowed from society is temporary. Trying to become what others demand can cost more than it gives. And sometimes, the illusion doesn't just burst. It destroys everything built on it.